Naked wine parties? Question mark. This is from the best of Redditor updates. The original post is from March of 2015. And we'll have some comments with OP's responses. Then there is an update 4 days later, 15 years ago. Let's get into it. Naked wine parties? I, 22 female, have a big issue with my boyfriend, 21 male, of 6 months, and his relationship with his 21-year-old female best friend. I'm going to try and keep this short. No, they didn't. They've known each other for about 4 years. He told me when we started dating that she is a lesbian. I didn't believe him because she's got a kid. I mean, come on. He then explained that everyone else he's dated has left him because of their friendship. I finally met this girl and she was really cool. We'll call her Anne. Anne and I started hanging out one-on-one. Like if my boyfriend was working, we'd go get drinks and talk about stuff. We became friends and then she told me a bit about their history. I'm not a jealous person normally, and I've fooled around with my best friend before, so it didn't really faze me to hear that they hooked up. At first, I started having issues with my parents and my boyfriend was moving into a new apartment. He asked me to move in with him. I did, and then Anna moved into the same building. She started spending the night at our apartment and that bothered me. She lives across the hall. Why can't she just sleep in her own apartment? Friday was the first day my boyfriend and I had off together and she called and invited him over. He left me to go be with her. It really bothered me because Wait, what? It really bothered me because they were having a naked wine party. Yeah, I just said that. Because they were having a naked wine party. I ended up packing my stuff and he came back because our roomie told him I was flipping out. He talked to me about it and said I was being too insecure. Am I overreacting about my boyfriend and his best friend having a history, no boundaries, and am I wrong for feeling like he puts her before me? What do I do? My questions will be, why is he having naked wine parties with his best friend? What the fuck? Why is your boyfriend getting naked with another chick at all? Let's see some of these comments. Sexy Pleasure Ski says, it's fine, OP. I have naked wine parties with my friends all the time. OP said, when I say naked wine party, I mean you take your clothes off when you walk in. There were pictures on Facebook of everyone being nude and drinking wine. Sexy Pleasure Ski came back and said, I know what a naked wine party is. Like I said, we have them all the time. Totally normal behavior for someone who's in a relationship. Oh boy, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip that kind of crazy because no, you don't just walk into somebody's house, drop your clothes, grab a glass of wine and be like, come on, let's go. Maybe if you're a nudist. But I'm thinking maybe her boyfriend would have told her that ahead of time if he was a nudist. Another user said, well, if it was a naked wine party, why weren't you invited? And OP said, he's trying to preemptively give us space from each other so we don't feel smothered. So his female best friend moved into the apartment complex you guys moved into. She specifically picked the apartment right across from your apartment. And she's having naked wine parties. And he's going over there to give you and him space so that you don't feel smothered? OP, I hope you're not this dumb. I hope you're not this dumb to buy this bullshit. You'd have to be dumb to buy this bullshit. Let's get to the update, which was 4 days later. I'm 22. They're 21. And my boyfriend and I have been in a 6-month relationship. So I said I'd update when I moved out. I want to thank everyone who commented on the original post. You guys gave me a lot of perspective, and that helped me phrase the conversation in a more mature way. I really wish I knew what a more mature way would be. He and I talked the next day about how their relationship had crossed a lot of lines, how I understood that Anne had been around longer than I had, but I wouldn't tolerate that kind of disrespect. We talked for hours. Bottom line, he said he'd stop talking to her altogether, but I had to be the one to tell her and tell her why. Because he's a chicken shit? I told him I was not interested in being the bad guy and giving him a loophole to be her BFF again, if and when we broke up. I went back to packing my things and called my dad. My boyfriend went to her apartment and I called him and dumped him. Then I left. Since then, I have deleted both of them from Facebook. They've both been blowing up my phone, alternating between apologetic and angry. She's accusing me of ruining her best friend's life and their friendship. I guess he's mad at her now. Don't know, don't care. OP, I'm sorry. I can't even read the comments on this and take this seriously because this is the dumbest fucking premise of a story I've ever heard of. Why would you even need to be on Reddit? Your boyfriend of 6 months. One, okay, you guys were living together quite quickly, and you're young. I get that. But the female best friend decides to get the apartment right across the hall from you guys. And they're having naked time. And you know for a fact that they've already been intimate in the past. How many red flags did you need flown in front of your face before you realize this is a really bad idea? I'm going to tell you that if my man is walking into anybody else's apartment and dropping his drawers and grabbing a glass of wine and pretending that that's normal, he's not going to have a normal night when he gets home.